Hi there and welcome. These are your handover videos for your Swift Challenger 560 2019 model. Essentially, I'm going to run through how to set up and operate the van when you initially get it on site, and a few little tips as well for it. So, starting at the front, you have your jockey wheel. Your jockey wheel is used to level the caravan, and then you have two ports on the side and two at the back for your legs. There is a leg winder inside the caravan, and it's just a case you just go around and stabilize the caravan by putting all four legs down. Do not attempt to jack up the caravan or level the caravan using the legs. First level using the jockey wheel, and then stabilize using these. May be a case in certain scenarios you may need some blocks of wood just to make sure that you can get it high enough. We are using our test equipment today, so we have a gas bottle with a gas hose connected on one point there, and then inside the front locker it is connected on the top bit there. Now it's connected to either side. You can hand tighten that to an extent and then just finish it off using a spanner. You also have this yellow valve here and a little descriptive piece there. For you to have gas coming into the caravan, that has to be in the down position. And then once that's in the down position and both sides are connected, twist your gas bottle in the positive direction. Do that fully, and that's how it connects. Next up, we have our flue. The flue is used to get clean air in and out of your boiler. You don't have to do anything with this as long as it's clean and there's no debris or leaves or anything like that on the outside, then everything should work properly. Again, we are using our test equipment, however this is your water pump. So we have an aquaroll full of clean drinking water here, and then we have the water pump. Now the water pump is on a trigger system, so press the trigger in and it pulls it out. We'll just get this out as well. You want this pump, it can curl up sometimes, you want it straight, so we'll just quickly straighten it out. Okay, so you want it straight, and then you have your strainer at the bottom. The strainer has to sit at the bottom of the barrel to allow the maximum potential of water to come in. You have a plastic cap to cover over the aquaroll, and then you can simply just push this in, just like so, but you can't remove it without pressing in the trigger and pulling it out. So push it in. Once it's in there, you can't move it out. Make sure that's sat at the bottom. You do have a battery installed, and the red key for the motor mover is also in your battery locker. We will go over that on the day. But just here you have a mains lead connection point, and it connects in through there. You can shut up this locker and have the mains lead connect and go through that point there, and then lock it up so no one pulls it out. Then just below here you have 2 points here, and that is where your dirty water will come out of. You will need some 28.5mm waste pipes to feed into a waste master, and all you have to do is just slot them in there just so they feed into the waste master, and make sure that they're open. Alright, so the last point for the outside are to do with the toilet. This point here opens up using your key, and that's where you'll feed in your water, and that's for the toilet for the flush. Get yourself some pink chemical as well, just to make sure, you know, it acts like a bleach and doesn't damage or corrode anything. All you'll have to do for this is just feed it in using a watering can. Something like that can hold around 10 litres of water, and then just shut that up. Then just below here you have this locker here, and this is for your cassette for your toilet. To remove your cassette once it's full, press up on the orange handle and slide it out. Once it's out and you're at your emptying point on site, twist that orange head to the side, open up this cap, and this cap is quite useful as well. Tilt, and at the same time as tilting, continually press in this vent button. I do also recommend that once you have done that one time, do it again using some fresh water, and again tilt and vent. Then once you've done that, on your cap here you have some measurements. So I don't know if the camera will focus on it or not, doesn't appear to want to. So you have measurements in metric and freedom units just there. Fill up your blue chemical in this cap, slide it back on, twist it back onto the cap, put it back to the central position, and it slides in just like so. Make sure the orange handle sits behind the teeth, and then you won't be able to pull it out unless you press up and pull out. And then finally, just up here, you don't want to travel with either this or this full. This nozzle here is where you empty out the remaining water that's in here. You just open up the nozzle there, and that drains out the remaining water, and that just sits just up above, just on there. So that's everything for the exterior, and now I'll show you inside. Now, the first thing I want to show you is underneath the bed. The majority of the stuff underneath this right hand side bed is from a technician's standpoint, but I'm just going to show you the main things that you'll need to know. Underneath there, that is your boiler. You have this silver box here, which has your trips, which have to all be in the upright position, and your fuses. You also have a system shutdown button, which won't allow any connectivity or power to come into the van. And you have 2 points here illuminating, showing that the battery charger and the heating and hot water is working. This here is the battery charger. That white box there is your almost like brain box for your motor mover. And then for your trips and fuses, you do have some information on this part here, which just folds up and clicks out just like so. The main thing you want to look at here is these blue leads, and especially this yellow switch. This yellow switch allows water to come in and drain out of the caravan. So when you wanted water to come in, it has to be in the horizontal position, and especially for these winter months when you need to drain it, have it in the vertical position. So after I've finished this video, I will drain it off, and I may keep the switch in the upright position, the vertical position. You want it in the position that it currently is right now if you want water to come in. So drain it during the winter months so that the pipes don't freeze and burst, and have it like this for when you want to use it. Now firstly, you have this Swift command board. This Swift command board is like your main control board for the use of the caravan. It switches on using this switch here, and unless it's on, you can't use your heating or anything like that. This is almost like the main board. Whatever has an illuminated border is what is currently working. So currently have the pump on, and then you can just turn it on and off by pressing in. It is a touchscreen. Got warning light here, so currently not illuminated. Press in and you should be able to see your warning light switches on. Then, for example, on your lighting, press in on there. You have the option to press in, and that turns your lighting off. Press in again in the center, turns the lighting on. Then you have the choice to dim the lighting as well to whatever extent you want. So dimmer 2 is for the front of the caravan, and dimmer 1 is for the back. When I went to go back to the starting position, I pressed that, which is the home button. Press power. This shows you the amount of power that's coming into the battery. well, coming into the caravan even. So you can see that we have mains switched on right now. So 13.3 volts are coming into the caravan. 1.1 amps are coming from the solar panel, and 0.1 is coming from the vehicle. Excuse me. But obviously there's no vehicle attached right now, so that's incorrect. Go off, you can see the AC current, and you can also set a limit for the AC. You have additional settings just here, and then you have your radio controls here. Pressing on mode, that will change it to FM, and it will scan and works like a normal radio. You have DAB, you also have aux, and you have it off. You do have the option as well, using this to use Bluetooth. So just go to settings, and you can see that there is some additional settings you can pair using Bluetooth. Turn off the beep noise for when you select stuff. Have a night mode, screen brightness, screen timeout, time and date. So a few additional settings there. So what this board allows you to control is the pump for the water. Once you have pressed in pump and you have your Acro set up, come over to your tap and make sure you get a nice continuous stream like that. It may be a case that your pump is tangled, so make sure it's untangled and make sure that you get that nice steady continuous stream. May take 2 to 3 minutes to get it. I would recommend initially pressing in pump, turning it on, waiting 2 to 3 minutes, running the tap, making sure it's a nice continuous stream. Make sure it's on hot and on cold, and that works either way. Just next to it, we have the Audi control panel. This turns on using this button here. You press and hold it in to turn it on. Then you have your menu button here. On this home page, you can see that the internal temperature of the van currently is 20.5 degrees. Press menu and you go onto this screen here. This first row here, this is for the internal temperature of the van that you'd like it to be. So I currently have it set to 30. It is a touch screen again. It starts at 5 degrees and then goes to off. Each touch goes up or down by 0.5 and goes up to a maximum of 30. Obviously it will take a little bit of time to fully heat it up. Next one, the one with the shower icon next to it. This is for your water heat, so you can either have it off, 40 or 60 degrees. I've put it on 60 today and tested the water. It is coming out hot. Next up, this electricity. We have off, 1 kilowatt of energy coming in, 2 kilowatts or 3 kilowatts. I would say though, it does have 3 kilowatt capacity. However, check with what site that you're on, because sometimes the site that you're on doesn't have 3 kilowatt capacity. Then this flame here, I press it in. When it's blue, it's not lit. When it's green, it is. That is for the gas coming into the caravan. So you can use the power of gas and electricity, strictly gas, strictly electricity, and depends on the amount of electricity that you bring in. Then just here you have settings. This is again similar to the settings that you have on your Swift command board. You have brightness settings, timers and other things like that. So if I were to press on this clock, this shows me the time and day. Night mode, brightness and day mode, prioritizing electricity or gas, keep it on electricity, and a few other things there as well. But that's how to set that bit up. Then just here we have the toilet. The toilet is very simple, but it does catch some people out. So there is no water currently in the tank like I showed you on the outside. So all you'll hear when I press the flush button is the motor going for it if it picks up the sound. So press the flush button, you can hear the motor, and the motor would be the thing that will push that water out. Then once you've flushed, go underneath, you have this toggle here, switch it to the right, opens the catch, switch it back, closes the catch. So you don't actually have to do anything from the inside to put anything into your cassette toilet. It's just a case of opening and closing that catch. And that's how to use the toilet. Next up, we have the fridge operation. So I'll just say this quickly. Your grill and oven and hob works off gas, and then your electric plate is electric. The microwave can only work when you have mains plugged in, and the Dometic fridge can operate off either mains, gas or 12 volt. 12 volt being your car battery, meaning that you can chill when you are in transit. So to turn the fridge on, you have this grey button here. Press it in and it should flash up and go to its most recent memory. I've turned that off in the process as well. Let me try that again. There we go. And goes back to its most recent memory, being mains on full power. On the side, you have these two buttons here. So this top one here is to change the power source. So you have car battery, gas, mains and auto. Auto switches to what the fridge thinks is the best power output at the time. Then just here is the hazard. So I will show you what happens when the hazard flicks on when I go to car battery, because there's no car battery currently on, so it will flash up. So to change the power source, you press this button here. So press it once, it goes to auto. You can see that auto switches it to mains. Press it again and it will go to car battery, and you'll see that the hazard lights up, begins to beep to let you know to take it off. So you press it again and change it to gas. Now if you have gas currently in, not sure if it picks it up on the video or not, but you'll hear the gas tick in slowly, like it almost, and when it stops ticking, that means the fridge is lit on gas. So for today, I'm just going to keep it on electric. Then you have this thermometer button here. This changes the amount of temperature, well not temperature, the amount of power coming into the fridge. So it starts at minimum and goes all the way up to maximum. So 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5. So it goes all the way up to maximum there. There is also a blue light inside the fridge. It takes 4 hours for the fridge to be fully chilled. So my recommendation is when you're traveling, have it on car battery so that you can travel with it and get it all chilled, and it's nice and chilled whenever you get to your destination. To turn it off, press and hold in this grey button here. Switches off just like that. Check inside again, blue light is off. Then just here we have the grill and oven system. Now first off, electric plate works like any standard electric plate. You have your knob here, switch it to the side. You don't have to use any gas for this. You don't have to press in this button here. So similar to any other gas cooker, what you have to do is press in this button. You can hear the gas tick in, and at the same time press in a knob, twist to the side. You can also hear that go there. It is a little bit awkward for me to do this with one hand, so I'll just cut and show you what all the gas has to look like. And as we can see, we've got some nice blue clean continuous flames. You can change the amount that you want it to be at, so it goes lower and goes higher. To turn it off, put the knob back to the central position, same with every other one. And it's the exact same for the grill and oven, but I'll just show on video that it's working. So put the grill down, press in the button here, twist it to the side, and at the same time press in that button. So bear with me. And there we can see again the nice clean continuous flame. Maximum temperature just there, goes lower, and that's the max. Turn it to the central position, turns it off. And then finally for the oven, it's the exact same. It is a little bit harder to see because it is at the back, but bear with me again. And there we go. We can see the flame just behind there. The only difference with this one is that the temperature increases when you twist it anti-clockwise. And again, to turn it off, knob to the central position, turns it off. The only thing of note is you want all of these hobs to be cold to the touch before you put that glass plate down, as it may shatter it. And similarly with the microwave, don't travel with the microwave glass plate inside the microwave. We have it stowed underneath the left hand side sofa for you right now. But that's pretty much how to operate your caravan. If you need to know anything else, don't hesitate to ask. I've been Henry, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.